Everybody, welcome into Drums by Liz. Hey, today I thought I would dial it back a little bit, okay? I had a student in here and we were going down through some of his rhythms and things, and he's like, you know what, you should really post this, because it was like a little light bulb went off in his head for himself. And he's like, oh, I see how these things like kind of pyramid out, right? So we start with like a quarter note, we get our eighth notes to the 16ths to the 32nd notes, and in between there might be sextuplets, five figures, that sort of thing, right? So let's take just a basic rock beat and let's walk you through one beat fill-ins with different rhythms at the end of the measure. So start off with 16th notes. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, E and A, 3 and 4, E and A. Right? Those are all versions of 16th notes. So you could just be 4 E and A. I think I did 4 E and A, or maybe 4 E and A 1. Right? So get used to counting that, understanding that rhythm. Let's go on. Let's throw a triplet in there, okay? For the heck of it. 1 and 2, 3 and triplet. 1 and 2, 3 and triplet. 1 and 2, 3 and triplet. 1 and 2. Okay, so those are some nice little ideas too. Do we play that as often? No, but it's good to be able to shift to that, right? It's also good to take all of these ideas and come back a beat prior and do something like 1 and 2 and triple and triple and 1 and 2 and right? And sometimes you hear that in music, okay? Especially with those triplets like that. All right, so you did 16th notes, we did triplets, okay? I'm not going to do eighth notes because that's the same thing as the groove, but let's walk it into like a 5-figure now, okay? And why don't we play it as triplet left, left, okay? So it'll be like triplet and a, that's the end, that's the 4th beat. So 1 and 2, 3 and triple and a, 1 and 2, 3 and triple and a, 1 and 2, 3 and triple and a, 1. So 2 ways to play that, okay? So triplet left, left, or how about if you do it as triplet and you could do triplet and okay? So it's just a sweep with your triplet, right, left, right, that's your triplet, and then 2 bass notes. So triplet and right? You can even use that as its own little entity, okay? So utilize that as a 5 pattern. 1 and 2, 3 and 2 and 1 and 2, 3 and 2. Right? If you feel like it, maybe add some cymbal notes to your bass notes there, okay? All right, so now we're on to 6s, okay? So triplet, again, work out your counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and triplet, 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 2 and 3 and triplet. Okay, so a bunch of different ways to play a sextuplet, okay? Those are 6 notes, okay? I was playing it as maybe as try to feel the halfway point of this on your left side when you play this next one. Triple, right? So we want to feel that halfway point. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and 1. And kind of like, this is another one that you can drop it back to beat 3 and feel the 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and kind of feel it with your hands. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and right, 2. Right, so again, feel that halfway point. And this is where a lot of students struggle with 6s, because it does have a little bit more of this, back and forth, kind of like a mirror image, rather than like the 8th notes, the 16ths, the 32nd notes. That's more militant, it's just kind of like up, down, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? It's a similar thought process like that, okay? And most people feel those a little bit easier, okay? So let's do now the, and maybe I should play more of those varieties for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that could be one of those, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and triplet, triplet. Now, if you notice, it's a lot harder to count triplet, triplet than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So sophisticate yourself in your thought process to get up to those triplet, triplet countings, okay? It just, trust me, it works for when you're doing more advanced things, that we need to count it as triplets, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? It might be so fast we can't spit all that out, okay? All right, so, and then, I don't know, I was playing maybe some other little varieties of it. So you got that. Maybe that was one of the ones that I put in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just again, looking for places where you can kind of come off. It always sounds nice to put a little hi-hat note at the end, right? That could be on any of the ones. So, right? Or, right? Or, right? So all of those work with that nice little opening on that, okay? It also kind of frames then beat 1 that you're coming back into nicely. Okay, so 30-second notes now, okay? So now we got 8s, okay? Think of your counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and. Right? Okay, so a bunch of different ways to play this now, okay? If we're staying singular, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? But again, I can't count that fast because we got 7 has 2 syllables in it, and that kind of messes up us up, okay? So 1 and a 1 and a, get used to that. I know it's a lot. 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. Like, just get yourself counting like that, okay? Find beat 1 again. Do those little challenging things to help you really commune with the rhythm, okay? So 4 and a 4 and a 1 will be our little notes going back. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so get that count, get comfortable with that. Now start to move it. When we move it, we're moving in 2s. So 4 and 4 and. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so and then we could pull off of that one as the nice thing about it, beat 1 is kind of played for yourself. I don't have to try to get to that. I have a little bit more time than getting my right hand back. We could even do maybe something like right, and then we can add our crash note off of that. That'd be great too. Okay. All right. So, and then the next way that I would have everybody learn is to do it as a roll. Right, and depending on our tempo, we either have to be open or a little faster, a little bit more close. So learn the counting. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 4 and a, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wouldn't be able to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, have fun with that one if you wanted to try. Okay, so, and don't mean to be a goofball here, but just to explain it to you and help you to understand that, like, there's a method to why we count the way we count, okay? All right, so that's quite a bit. right? But you've got now all of these rhythms you can play then, right? And then again, make it into a measure and a half, and then take off on the third and the fourth beat, right? Make it into a 2-bar phrase. All of this stuff, right? So just expand it, do the best that you can to feel comfortable with these rhythms, and then mix them up for yourself. Maybe you could start with one, I'm going to play a triplet now, and I'm going to go right to the 16ths, right to the 32nds, right to the 5, right to the 6. Mix it up for yourself, right? And before you know it, you're going to have all kinds of skill, and it'll be kind of a fun thing to do, and you know what? A very applicable thing to do. It's not like you're learning something and it's going to, sit on a shelf somewhere, right? We want you to have good recall, fast reaction times, and have everything figured out up here in the noggin first, okay? All righty. Well, everybody, have a great week. Okay, thanks so much for all your support and wonderful comments and nice interaction. All of that stuff is fantastic, and I appreciate it very much. Okay, everybody, practice up, okay? I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.